Communities around Lake City are gearing up for impacts from Helene, and our Zach Wilcox talked with residents at Casey Jones RV Park, where the flooding from Hurricane Debbie is still a recent memory, and it's not a good one.
Navigating your way to the front office at Casey Jones RV Park right in the immediate aftermath of Hurricane Debbie was a bit tricky, and that's because this whole central courtyard was underwater, and it spent 3 days that way. And some of the folks that I talked to around here feel like they can't shake that sense of deja vu, considering we have a third major storm heading toward Lake City in just about a year.
I don't remember us having this many hurricanes coming through this many times.
Teresa Peters has lived her whole life in Lake City and always figured she was far enough inland to avoid the brunt of most major storms. But after Hurricanes Idalia and Debbie went through the Big Bend and came her way, now she has to wait to see what Helene has in store.
I get worried when we have storms like this because, you know, living in an RV, it is much unstable than a house or something like that.
Peters says Hurricane Debbie was more rain than anything else, and she'd never seen Casey Jones RV Park as flooded as it was in the 5 years she's lived here. She spent a few hours without power, something Columbia County Emergency Management Director Shane Morgan is preparing for again.
With the winds being forecast, power outages will possibly be a thing for us again, like they were after Debbie.
Morgan says public works crews are pumping down retention ponds to handle the rain, and sandbag stations will be up and running soon. He has some advice for Peters and her neighbors in Casey Jones RV Park.
You know what you've experienced in the past. Make your plans. Make sure you have the supplies that you need, not only for your family, but for your pets.
Peters says she's left the park for previous storms, but she's planning to hunker down with her dog for this one.
And I'll be probably sitting up all night when it comes through.
You can see these spots in the most flood-prone part of the RV park are empty right now. That's because they're for late arrivals. The management tells me that as we get closer to the storm, they'll likely keep them empty to try and prevent any flooded RVs. In Lake City, Zach Wilcox, First Coast News, on your side.